Well, what's up, guys? Hopefully, you are all having a good day. So, I wanted to talk today. Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Enums. And one of the things in their looks that has really kind of started to piss me off a little bit and really started, started um, grinding my wit a little bit, to be honest. So, obviously, if you've watched the vlog, you'll notice that Jace, for quite a while now, has had a thing about pulling milas ears. Now, whenever I see him do this, it kind of upsets me because I rather shouldn't have to put up with him constantly pulling milas ears. Now, and the worst thing about it is that every time Jace does it, Sarah has the audacity to sit there and say, oh, it's so cute every time he does it. And keep saying it, but at the end of the day, I mean, this is the thing, it's like, it's my issue with it, it's not so much the fact that Jace keeps doing it, but more the fact that every time he does it, Sarah keeps sitting there saying it's so cute. It's not. She shouldn't keep sitting there saying it's so cute. She should be telling Jace to not, what she should be saying, what she should be doing. Is telling Jace to stop pulling Mila's ears and to leave her ears alone. That is what she should be doing. But she never does that. She never actually turns around and tells Jace to leave Mila's ears alone. This is the worst thing about it, is the fact that they're basically allowing him to do it. They're basically letting him pull her ears. And every time he does it, she's basically sitting there saying, oh, it's so cute. When actually it's not. It really... That is one thing that has really started to piss me off now. I'm not trying to be horrible towards Jace. I'm not trying to, tell Chris and Sarah how to parent their kids. All I'm trying to the point that I'm trying to make, and the only point that I'm trying to make, is that they shouldn't be constantly letting Jace pull Mila's ears. They shouldn't keep allowing him to do that. She shouldn't keep saying it's so cute every time he does it. Because the more she says that, the more he's gonna do it. She's basically encouraging, by her saying it's so cute every time he does it, she's basically encouraging him to continue doing that. I do feel sorry, as I said, I do feel sorry for Mila, because she shouldn't have to keep putting up with Jace pulling her ears. That's not something that any child should have to keep putting up with, is their older sibling constantly pulling their ears, and every time he does that, their mother is sitting there going, oh, it's so cute, instead of actually telling the older sibling off for doing that, which is exactly what Sarah should be doing with Jace, is when he does it, she should actually be telling him not to do that. She should be telling him to leave Mila's ears alone. The problem with Chris and Sarah is that every time he does that, they'll keep turning around and saying, oh, he's just being playful, he's not trying to be aggressive or anything like that. But at the end of the day, regardless of whether he's trying to be, he's just being playful or not, Mila should not have to put up with him constantly pulling her ears. And that is what she is constantly having to put up with, is him constantly pulling her ears. And she should not have to do it. She should not be having to put up with that. Hard to be... I'm not trying to be horrible here, but I do, can't wait for when Mila gets older. Because I'm not being funny, but if Jace does that when Mila gets older, she's just going to turn around and smack him one in the face. She's not going to hesitate to do that. She's just going to turn around and smack him clean in the face. And I'm here for that. I'm not saying that I'm not trying to be horrible, but sometimes Jace does deserve a slap in the face for when the things that he does. Especially when he's pulling Mila's ears like this, you wish that sometimes she would just turn around and belt him one in the face. But then, of course, she would end up getting into trouble. You know what the worst thing about this is? That I bet if Mila was if it was the other way around and it was Mila pulling Jace's ears, I don't think Sarah would have the same attitude towards it as she does with Jace pulling Mila's ears. I mean, I don't think she would see Mila pulling Jace's ears as being something that is so cute. You know, she would probably be telling Mila off for doing that. But when Jace is constantly pulling Mila's ears, she's happy to sit there and say it's so cute, instead of actually telling Jace not to do that and actually telling Jace to leave Mila's ears open. Because I can see it coming off, that if they don't stop him before they stop him doing that, and keep letting him do that, he's gonna do it one day. One day he's gonna do it, and Mila's just gonna turn around and smack him clean in the mouth. That's exactly what's gonna happen. If they don't stop him from pulling her ears, he's gonna do that to her one day, and she's just gonna turn around and smack him clean in the mouth. She's gonna get, there's gonna come a day where she's just gonna get, where she's gonna be so fed up with it, and she'll have had enough of it, and she'll just turn around and smack Jace clean in the mouth. And that's what this is gonna lead to. If they, this is why they need to stop me. They need to stop Jace from doing it, because if he continues doing it, Mila is just gonna get fed up with it, and she's just gonna end up smacking him in the mouth. I can see that coming off. That's exactly what's gonna happen. And I think it's only a matter of time before Mila gets fed up with it and does actually smack him. And I think, and at the end of the day, it's just ridiculous. Obviously, as I was saying, I was talking the other day about Jace's aggressive behaviour, the sort of aggressive behaviour that we're seeing in the vlogs, and, how that's becoming a major cause for concern. And again, I was very kind of hard on Chris and Sarah, and I said it's kind of their fault because they're not getting, they're not getting it under control. They're not disciplining Jace in the way that they should be. And this is the problem, is that this is what is causing a lot of the problems, is that Chris and Sarah are not bothering to discipline Jace in the way that they should be disciplining him. They're not bothering to, that they're basically letting him get away with, they're basically letting him get away with things that they shouldn't be letting him get away with. And pulling Mila's ears is one of those things. And it's probably one of the many things that they should not be letting him get away with, but they do. They're basically allowing him. They shouldn't keep allowing him to do that. They shouldn't. Sarah shouldn't keep saying it's so cute every time he does it. It's like, as I said, that's basically going to encourage him to do it even more. It's just like they need to. That kid, I'm sorry to say it, but Jace is going to become a right handful when he gets older. He's going to be an absolute nightmare when he gets older. You can already start to see that now. You can see that he's very that there's some jealousy there at times. It's just this, it's just very concerning. And I do, it's like, I do feel so sorry for Mila, because it's like, why should she have to keep putting up with Jace pulling Mila's ears? And we know exactly what will happen one day. She'll get bored of it. Mila, one day, Jace will pull Mila's ears. She'll get fed up with it and she'll smack him in the mouth, and it'll be Mila, and then Sarah will start having to go at Mila. That is exactly what's going to happen one day. And you can see that coming off, that one day she's going to get so fed up with it, she's just going to end up smacking him one in the mouth. And to be honest, I'm here for that, because I think that Jace at times deserves that sometimes. The problem with Chris and Sarah is I don't think they really know how to discipline their kids. They don't really discipline their kids in the way they should be disciplining them. And again, I'm not trying to tell people how to parent their kids. I don't want people to think that I'm trying to do that. I don't want people to think that I'm trying to tell Chris and Sarah how they should be parenting their kids. What I'm trying to say is that they should be disciplining their kids but they're not disciplined. And what I'm saying is that they are not disciplining their kids, and they are clearly not disciplining their kids in the way that they should be disciplining them. You know, they should. At the end of the day, it's like, where is the discipline when Jace is pulling Mila's ears? Why is Sarah allowing him to do that? Why is Sarah constantly saying it's so cute every time he does that? You know, it's ridiculous, the fact that they're basically allowing him to do that, and that they think that Mila should have to keep putting up with that. You know, it's like, why did us and Sarah think that Mila should have to keep putting up with Jace pulling her ears? She should not have to keep putting up with that, but they seem to think that she should. You know, us and Sarah seem to think that she should have to keep putting up with it. You know, it doesn't matter whether Jace is being playful or not. What matters more is the fact that Mila shouldn't have to keep putting up with it. That's what matters more in this situation, is that it's not something that Mila should have to keep putting up with. You know, it doesn't matter whether or not Jace is being playful. What matters is that she should not have to keep putting up with that, and it's not really fair. You know, she should have to keep putting up with her younger brother her older brother pulling her ears every 5 minutes. You know, and she's basically sitting there going, "Oh, it's so cute." It's not. It's not so cute. You know, it's something that they need to stop. You know, it's just, I'm sorry to sound angry, but I'm just getting pissed off with it. You know, the fact that he keeps doing it, and you know, as I said, you know, I mean, yeah, I have an issue with the fact that he's doing it, but I feel like my issue is more to do with the fact that they're basically allowing him to do that. You know, they're basically not disciplining him for when he does it. You know, they should be telling him off for that, but no, they'd rather let him do it. You know, it's like they think that Mila, it's like, why do they think, and why do they as parents think that Mila should have to put up with that, or should have to keep putting up with that? It's wrong. You know, and it's as simple as that. So I hope you enjoyed this little video this morning, and I'll see you for another one soon. Bye bye.